what is the above phone? So we have this thing here that just pulled up a pop-up at abovephone.com. It says access key insights for free. Get 4 value pack webinars. Maybe I'll follow up with that later. Okay, so here is the website for Above Phone. I have checked this out some time ago, so it looks like they did do some updates, and I am curious to what it is. It looks like their offerings include phones, tablets, and computers. That looks like a computer to me. All right, so break limits and go above. Let's see what this is all about. Big tech wants to keep you in a box. Take back your power with technology that unlocks new freedoms and protects your data. You know, I might do one of these on Punked because I've only ever done their clock, but I've never actually touched their phones because they don't work on Verizon, and they also partnered up with Apostrophe OS that was also backed by Crackberry Kevin Mikola also. So above phone, privacy first, zero connections to big tech, minimize your data footprint, easy to use, ready to use out of the box, free call and video guides. Better than big tech, unlock new features and technology. Well, this is supposed to be a de-googled phone, so let's find out. Freedom to choose what works for you. Use it as a secondary private phone or let it replace all of your communication needs. You're in complete control over your tech and the power to choose, control your apps, and their permissions, communicate over Wi-Fi or Ethernet, and download apps directly and from popular app stores. So far, nothing we haven't seen before on the coverages that I've done for Brax 3 and what I've done in covering the unplugged phone, because these are all the Google devices. Okay, so it looks like they have a different kind of offering here. So there are phones and there are laptops. They have real support, and there's something called the Above Suite. I'm going to assume that's like the unplugged phone stuff. They do have tablets and this thing called Data Sim. All right, we're going to take this one at a time. Let's start with the phones, because that's what primarily everybody asks me about. So let's discover from $5.99. Phones, the Above phone can do anything your old phone can do while giving you more freedom and privacy. Enjoy new app stores. New app stores, huh? Apps to browse the web, communicate, enjoy media, navigate, and so much more. So this is the Pixel 9 Pro XL from $1,500, $1,499. Wow. So they're buying, I don't think they're buying them wholesale, but they're buying, well, they could be. They're buying the Pixel devices. They're unlocking the bootloader and having to flash their own custom ROM, which is, I don't know what it's called yet. I'm assuming it's Above OS or something like that. And I guess they must harden something. Secure and private OS right here. Layers of protection to avoid big tech tracking. Works with any service. Use your existing number and call service, including internet numbers. Easy to migrate. Free call with our support engineers to help you transfer your data. Look, I'm not going to go over the hardware here, because to go over the hardware, it's literally just going over the Pixel devices. So anybody that wants to know about the Pixels can go over onto Google, the Google store, and check out their offerings there, because it's a Pixel phone. And I know that the Pixel phones do support all the major carriers and bring your own device carriers in the United States. So by extension, it should technically work worldwide. So they offer the Pixel 9 Pro at $1,499. They have other ones down here. Let's see. They have the Pixel 9, they have the Pixel 7a, and the Pixel 6. The Pixel 6 is at $550. The Pixel 7a is at $849. By the way, they Pixel just launched the Pixel 9a, so it'd be interesting to see if they'll pick that one up. And the Pixel 9 at $1,099. All right, so you know what? I am going to pull up the Google store, because I think it's important to see what the upcharge is for them to flash their own custom ROM to this. So let me just pull up the phones. Okay, so let's start with this, because this is their flagship, the most expensive one. Let's see how much is the upcharge for the Above phone. If this thing will load. Okay, so we have the Pixel 9 Pro XL, the Pixel 9 Pro, yeah. So with up to 1 terabyte. So they're giving you the options to buy them in the different data buckets that are, or the onboard storage that you can get with the Pixel, like when you're buying it from the actual store. So I'm going to pull up the Pixel 9 Pro XL on the store right here. Pixel 9 Pro. I don't think you could choose the color. This essentials, you get the case, screen protector, additional storage, The additional storage package is an easy to use backup and data migration solution for your above phone. Migrate contents and files with ease across multiple devices. This USB drive can connect to a regular PC and the above phone without needing an adapter. So, in other words, it's a thumb drive. A hub, a 14-in-1 USB-C hub for another 60 bucks. So now you're turning, you could actually use desktop mode on this thing. Audio adapter, because it's USB Type C and doesn't have any headphone jack. Ethernet adapter, no, that'll work faster. And you get basic support. So all customers get access. All customers get access. Get access. I think they're trying to say all customers get access to our knowledge base and 24/7 email support. For those who need extra help, we offer additional support, which is another $200 thing where they a 2-hour migration session. I'm assuming they're helping you transfer everything over. So here they charge $100 a year for the above phone suite. We're gonna find out what that is. So in total, which is included the out the door with 120 gigabytes, it's $15.99 for the above phone. Okay, so it looks like this thing, it's a Pixel wearing a case. That rubberized case is just, I guess it's just to hide the fact that it's a Google device. Cause see right there. Uh-huh. Yeah. So this the obsidian color. Specs, I don't need to read them. And they're promising updates until August 2031. So that's what, 6 years? 7 years if you count when the phone was released last year, and that's about what Google said they were going to be releasing in terms of updates. So I'm assuming they're going based off the Android open source project with their scheduling. So 7 years is what Google is offering for the Pixel lineup with the update security patches and all that. So let us see what it will cost to actually buy a Pixel XL Pro. Sorry, I hit the mute button there. Okay, so let's see. So a Pixel 9 Pro XL with 128 gigabyte storage, 14.99 base price, skipping the essentials that they say that you can add on. It comes with basic support, and then their privacy services. For those of you that have been following me covering the Unplugged phone, Unplugged has their own suite of apps. I have to check how much it costs for the year, but over here, the privacy services cost $100 annually, which is already checked. You can uncheck it, but let's just have it checked. So out the door is $15.99, and that's just for the 128 gigabyte. And it goes all the way to the 1 terabyte, which out the door, just the phone itself is 2,249 bucks. So 120 gigabyte storage for the Pixel 9 Pro. How much does the real thing cost? So here it is. This is the Obsidian. 128 gigabytes unlocked, and the phone out the door, skipping any trade-ins, skipping any phone coverage, skipping any add-on features, no specials. The phone is $1,099. Hold on. Am I reading that right? They're not doing it. Works with any major carrier. Are they doing any promotion? Special offer. Claim a $250 promotion by choosing a promo code to apply at checkout. So no, this is not a promo code. This is the standard base price. $1,099. Okay, so let me go back to the above phone. We're looking at an upcharge of $400 to get an above phone. So in other words, they flashed it for you. So they took off they Googled it, and then they flashed their own software, and they upcharge $400. That's what I'm understanding here. Wow, damn. And on top of that, you still got to pay for the above privacy suite, another $100, $15.99. Then we better find out what this software is, yeah? Because dude, that's a lot of money. Damn. Wow. I'm a little speechless. That's a lot of money. Uh, a $400 upcharge. Let's find out what this operating system is. So these are the offerings, but I want to see shop, learn. I want to learn about. So they have some webinars, letters, sales, support, affiliates, careers, about. Would they have it on about? Because dude, that's a lot of money. Okay, let's see. I like the logo. We are above. Since 2021, we've been creating friendly technology ecosystems where people are empowered and not free. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Are empowered and free, not surveilled and controlled. Whether it's your phone, laptop, or communications, you can use our products to change the world for the better. So, freedom, the true power of the internet is to bring people together. Our founding team was disillusioned by the corporations they worked for, who lacked the respect for individual freedoms, privacy, and bodily autonomy. That's actually become a very big conversation lately with what's their names? Holy smokes. Jeff Dornick from Pickaxe been tackling AI and transhumanism. Anyway, own your data. As we solidified our work together, we took great measures to protect your data. Going above, our products are wonderful tools that work out of the box with cutting edge software. However, you are the most important tool in the stack, and that's why we go above and beyond with our education and support. The world demands that courageous people change the world for the better. Our tools will help you do that. Okay, products and services. I don't. Fine, I'll go to the suite. I don't see anything specifically about the OS. Just gonna go ahead and assume that it's a custom Android OS that they develop, and then they add their own suite of apps to it. Reliable, secure communications that are easy to use. These services work to protect your internet activity and communications. They are universal internet utilities, meaning that they will work on any device and can be migrated to other services if you so choose. Of course, the chat, end-to-end multimedia communication on XMPP, send text files, links, voice, end-to-end encrypted calls, and video calls. Enjoy multi-device sync across desktop and mobile. That's what I come to expect. Phone, anonymous calling and texting. There it is again. Powered by JMP.chat and XMPP. And VPN and DNS protect your internet traffic from observers. Performance so fast you will know it's running. Their own private email. You receive an at above.im with 2 GB storage and desktop and mobile access. Deletion is permanent and logs deleted every 48 hours. Okay, so this is a little different because if you're going to use like the prime example that I have here, I keep coming back to because I have it here next to me, the unplugged phone with Calyx I believe is running K9. Yeah, K9 Mail comes pre-installed in Calyx OS. For those of you just joining, this is the Pixel 4. I flashed Calyx OS on it. I don't remember what I have on Lineage OS. I'll go over it when I get to it, but I think I have to download an email client when it comes to Lineage. Yeah, I don't see an email client built in with Lineage OS. Okay, but in this case, they are providing private email for your phone and computer. So you're not just paying for the other apps. You're also getting email here, so that's something different when it comes to offerings. Video conferencing, your private video conferencing server that anyone can join. Web, desktop, and mobile access. Friends can join without needing an account. There's no login or recording. Enjoy the ability to moderate, share screens, and use virtual backgrounds. This reminds me of what Brave was doing, because Brave actually has their own video conferencing software too. So hold on, I see what it did. You guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing. Sorry. This is what I was reading right here. You didn't miss all that much. It's just text on this page. There's no graphics or anything. But here's what I was reading when it comes to the private email. You'll receive an above.im video conferencing private link. Search. Make anonymous search requests to 100 different sources of information at once. Search the most popular search engines without giving up your identity. You can even search for links, files, images, maps, music, and videos. You can configure which sources you prefer. And of course, there's no login or ads. I like the idea that you can do it all at once and see what it gets back to you. And is that it? Choose your privacy plan. Oh, here we go. So this is the part that I'm most interested in. A private phone is only as private as the services it uses. Protect your internet traffic and communications with the above privacy suite. So this is what separates the phone from anything else. And you have to weigh the option if getting a Pixel device at retail, doing the custom flashing yourself to a Calyx or Graphene or anything else on the market out there like IoT, and figuring out what privacy suite of apps you want to put on it. uh, what out the door before taxes and anything else would be, let's say, $1,000 for a phone if it's the Pixel Pro, the 9 Pro, and the work that you put into it, if you know how to do these things. And look, some of this pretty simple steps to follow. Just just don't brick it. Just don't brick your phone. And then you have to decide. So is it better if it's out the door, someone already did it for you and they offer their own services and support? So these cutting edge solutions, our software is handpicked to retain the most privacy while still achieving a feature rich and robust user experience. Each solution is fully open source and time tested. Best of all, our services pair effortlessly with apps on the phone. Okay, so the 1 year prepaid is $100, and the yearly subscription after that is $100. Okay, and that's it. Okay, it doesn't really give me any more. All right. Okay, so all this you get for $100, and because I'm curious, I'm opening Unplug's website because I don't remember what they're charging for their suite of apps. That's primarily their other offering, right? How much is the suite of apps? Okay, just to tell you, it's $129.99. Okay, you get a free trial if when you get the unplugged phone, and after that is it's 1 year when you buy the phone. So it's $129.99. So they have a $30. They charge $30 more for their services over at Unplugged. Okay, so let's go back to the devices because these guys do a little more than just phones, though. And this is what I was kind of teasing that maybe Unplug was trying to do with the rumors that they might be working on tablets and such. It doesn't really take much to do for a tablet, but I wouldn't get into the tablet market. That one is not a viable place. If you want to get into anything when it comes to computing, you're going to want to get into the computer space because of the whole concerns with Windows recall. So they offer laptops here. They offer their own. Okay, here we go. Aluminum 6. Let's find out about this. Cutting edge OS, huh? So they say cutting edge OS running above OS. Hey, I was right. They call their software above OS. Lightweight and performant, one-click upgrades and maintenance. Oh my goodness, this pop-up. Reliable hardware, military durability specifications, packed with features, extend with USB-C hub. What's that supposed to mean? And then live support. Yeah, but I want to see the thing. Okay, so these are premium devices here. You can get the starter for a budget. This one, let's start with this. It's $799. What does that kind of computer get you? Above OS. Man, I was on it. But I'm curious, what's that supposed to mean? Is this just a... Well, let's find out. The above starter is a powerful 14-inch business laptop featuring an Intel Core i5 processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and the fast SSD solid-state drive storage. Built for durability and performance, it offers robust security, long battery life, and seamless productivity on the go. All above book models are renewed hardware in like-new condition. Some units may have minor imperfections. So they are buying used laptops, or like refurbished laptops, to say, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I buy refurbished stuff too, but at least you know what you're getting, so they're not going to be like pristine out of the box and perfect shape. So what they're offering at starting price of let's see this one. $799 gets you the 16 gigabytes RAM with i5 Intel Core, a 720p webcam. It's full HD, IPS display, no touchscreen. Okay, it's a let's see, 3.2 pounds, pretty heavy, huh? So it has two USB Type-C ports, two USB Type-A ports, an Ethernet port, HDMI, audio, micro USB card reader. So this thing's loaded with connections. You don't technically need a what is it? A hub if you have all those ports built in. Let me see. That's a really small picture. Can we see it? I can't. It's going to be pixelated. So okay. You can actually upgrade this. You'll still get 16 gigabyte RAM, but you get the i7 Intel Core i7. So it's a 10th generation for the i5 So it's an Intel Core i5 10th generation. It's clocked at 1.6 gigahertz. Okay, so you can get the i7, and then you can get more onboard storage if you want. So 1 terabyte for another $100. That's doubling your data, your onboard storage to a terabyte is $100. 2 terabytes 240, and 4 terabytes $500. You can get a USB premium Ethernet cable, above phone username. Choose the username for your above book. Above book, not above phone. Above book. This will be your local account on your new computer. Wait, this is a requirement? Fascinating. And there's that thing again. Above privacy suite. Okay, so I I have questions though. What is this? Is this a computer shell in which um they took out Windows and just flashed a Chromium based OS? Like there's Chromebook, right? So there's no other Chromebook like, but what there was, oh my goodness, and I have to remember what it was called. I took my older PCs and I was able to dual boot them. I dual booted Windows and then Android onto the computer. Let me see if I could do a quick Google search for this. Um, Android OS for Windows PC. There does exist Bliss OS, Android for your PC. So this is what I mean. So this is an example of an OS which is Android for your computer. Before Bliss OS, though, hey, I hit the thing. You guys are seeing this, right? I want to make sure you guys are seeing it. All right, good. You're seeing it. Oh, these pop-ups, man. And there isn't any audio playing in any of this, so I shouldn't be missing out on any audio. So you guys won't be missing out on any of it either. I don't remember what it was called. I think I do have in the warehouse one of my old work PCs where I did flash. I mean, I did dual boot to an Android OS, and it was free. It was free for a couple of years. It gave new life to really old business machines. But then it was I don't know if the project was sunsetted. I'm assuming they were bought out because you couldn't keep something going like that for free. You had to license it. So here is a variation of that. So Bliss OS for PC, an Android-based open source OS that incorporates many optimization features that support many devices. What's more, it's available. It's available for just about any Chromebook, PC, or tablet released in the last 10 years. So it's the same concept that you're basically getting Android open source, like a de-Googled Android for your computer. And in the previous one, oh my goodness, what was it called? Uh, I'll find out what it is. Rum. It's not Runcible, but it was something. And you could do that. So what I'm looking at here is what I'm assuming on the above book. Let me go back to sharing this. So with the above book, so it looks like they took a Windows computer and they removed Windows from it and um, and flashed over in their own open source Android OS, which you'll then be able to use seamless with a tablet, with a phone, or you don't even have to use any of those. So technically, this means it's a super powerful Android computer, but it's not a computer. So that means your Windows programs will not work on this device. That's my understanding at the onset here. I wish they had a dedicated page so we could just go over above OS. Um, yeah, we don't. So these are used or refurbished PCs that they better be in excellent condition because they look like they're upcharging significantly. That's how much they believe in their product, which is a good sign, but it's also they're asking for a lot out the door. So if you had issues because unplugged was expensive, wow, this is a lot more expensive. All right, so this is the above phone aluminum. The above book aluminum is a versatile 14-inch 2-in-1 laptop featuring an Intel Core i5, 16 gigabytes. With this one has touchscreen with a built-in rechargeable pen. long battery life, a rechargeable pen. So who did that? Was that Lenovo? These are like Lenovo computers because only Lenovo, as far as I know, has that little dot in the middle for their mouse. So there's the touchpad, right? But there's a little dot in the middle of the keyboard. These look like Lenovo computers. That's not a bad thing. That's actually a really good thing. So you can trust the Lenovo products. So either this was a trade in Lenovo or was a Lenovo that was a lemon that was sent back to the manufacturer and then they were renewed. And that's why they're in like new condition, but some units may have minor imperfections. So this is an i7. This is Intel Core i7 10th generation. What generation are we in right now? Um, Intel Core latest generation 2025. We are, um, what is it? CES. What did you show off? Latest chip lineup. Uh, Looking really quick. I don't think they're going based off that anymore because they call it Arrow Lake. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time looking for that. But this is why anybody at Above Phone who's watching this, uh, I want to talk to you. And I reached out through socials. I will be emailing you guys after this because I am curious if I'm very close to figuring out what all this is in my understanding. These Lenovo computers, because you're one of the few that actually have a stylus. So what's carbon? If it doesn't have that dot in the middle, then that means this is not a Lenovo. But I don't see the dot in the middle. Yeah, there it is. So this is another Lenovo. This is lightweight, ultra premium business laptop with an Intel Core i7, 16 gigabytes RAM, 14-inch display, 16 by 10 aspect ratio, featuring Intel Iris Xe graphics, long battery life, reduced blue light emissions, and robust security. It's ideal for professionals. Professionals, yes, but you have to, you're saying it's above OS, and I don't see anywhere here where you're informing your clientele that this is Android, which is very key because some people can mistakenly buy a computer like this thinking it's like a Mac OS or a Windows PC, only to find out that their programs will not work here unless there is an Android version of that app that then can work, but it will be very limited in what it can do. So I just think that you guys need to inform about that because I was kind of assuming this might have been a Windows computer that you guys hardened, but no, this is not a bad thing. And just the it also for the layman, they're gonna need to know this because my goodness, look at these prices. $15.99 for the most premium one with the above privacy suite attached, another $100. So I have to ask: is the $100 privacy suite? If someone buys the phone, the computer, and the tablet, do they have to pay for a subscription each time? I'm assuming you don't, but because I see it everywhere, I think you could uncheck it, right? It's checked right there, unchecked. So I'm assuming that if you get it on one, it'll include with the others. But you have to get it for each of them. Then people will have to know that too. Okay. All right. So let's see. Uh, yeah. So let me click. Is this going to lead me back to the listing? I'm clicking on this image. Let me see if yeah, it just takes me back to the listing. I want to see a walkthrough of this. So this is the closest I'll get to it. This looks like Bliss OS. It almost looks like a computer. It looks like different desktops. Is that it? That's all they showed. I don't see anything else. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Bliss OS. Okay, Bliss OS for PC.org because this is licensable. So I don't know how above above works with their things, but who knows if they might have licensed from these guys. Okay, so you can download it yourself if I'm not mistaken. We have minimal theme design without any bloatware or unwanted adware. Let me see custom settings. So there's looks like the App Store, desktop or tablet UI. You can pick one or another. This looks like a tablet UI. Immutable system. You guys got a lot of ads on your site, man. Let me see. Those are commercials. I'm not clicking on that button. Bias something. So they're on Bliss OS 15 stable based on Android 12L. Okay, so they're behind about 3 because we're on Android 15 officially. And how much time have I gone through this? Okay, I'm gonna have to start wrapping this up because I got to move on to the other topics. But I'm going to be clipping this out, and hopefully it'll pick up steam on its own, because I can tell you that YouTube has already issued a copyright claim on my episode, which is stupid. But let me see. That's the organization. I don't want the organization. Um, Dude, you guys got a ton of pop-ups, yo. Wow. Is this it though? I can't see anything else. I'm I'm going through their website here. You can download it yourself so you can try it. Maybe I could use it in the virtual machine. I don't know. But we can bring Bliss to every device we can, and our PC builds even include extra ARM and ARM 64 compatibility, so you can use your favorite apps. Whose favorite apps? You're not running Windows apps. Yeah, you guys, this is Android. Okay, so it looks like this. So let me go back to, um, oh my goodness. I'm coming back to the above phone. The pop up is waiting for me. I should have used the pop up blocker, huh? uh, well, anyway, so let's see here. Okay. Um, yeah, I don't see much of anything else other than that little presentation there. Um, let's see. I one more question about the above phone. Above phone iPhone. Let's see. Didn't That's not what I was looking for. All right. I don't see it. That's a question. Status icon. Does anyone know? Because for those of you that have been asking me about this to look into it, have any of you um checked out if these guys sold iPhones? Like if they jailbroke iPhones to then flash it? I'm curious. Because I don't know. I feel like I've run into this company before at some capacity, and that I might have seen them with an iPhone on a listing. I could be mistaken. A lot of these companies, they look the same. They offer the same. They just offer different prices and the logo, and you're either paying for the development, research and development, or for some of the hardware. So the difference between, I could tell you immediately, between above phone and unplugged phone is that unplugged phone does build their own hardware, and I am curious to see what the tariffs will have on an already expensive phone. And in this case, above phone is getting them from I don't know how they're getting them, honestly. So they're using devices from Google mostly to do their offering. So they're using the Pixel tablet. That was the last thing I was going to show you guys. So the Pixel tablet is the other device that they're using. So I guess it works with the dock. I'd be curious to see. So they got the Hazel one here, and I do have this one. Um, I could flash this over, but I don't see anywhere here where you can download the OS yourself and just pay a licensing thing and just de-Google it that way. It looks like they're telling you got to go through them. Okay. All right. So I think I've gone through what I needed to go through with above phone. I I wish there was more information where we could just get an actual look and feel of the OS. Otherwise, should we just go to blissos.org and just see what they have there? And that's the experience that we can expect from a buff phone. I have done a dual boot for a computer, just like you can use Boot Camp for Intel powered MacBooks, where you can run Windows or you can run Mac. I did the same, where you can run Windows, you can run Android. So I did run Android. It was actually a better experience with my older work computers, and this is the very same experience that I see coming here. But the downside to all that is that you can't install Windows apps on it. So when you're buying a laptop, you're assuming you're buying a Windows compatible device. So if you're buying a computer shell that's running Android and you're paying that much more, it's really just getting an Android tablet with a keyboard at that point. So is the upcharge worth it, for what people believe in security? If you're going to be doing cloud-based computing, then absolutely, because otherwise your choice is a Chrome OS, a Chromebook. Okay. All right. So that's that for them. I messaged you guys above phone. They're called Above Agency. So above phone on X. I did message you guys on the socials, so you guys see it. Great. Otherwise, I'll be reaching out again so we can get connected and see where things go from there.